Good morning, y'all. First things first, I'm going over to pick up Terry, and we have to go to the bank and get a copy or get a bank statement of his checking account for Medicare. Now, y'all, I tell you, when I got on Medicare, it was way back when I was really getting suicidal, and some of y'all will remember that. As I would drive through the back part of Camp Pendleton, there were very, very steep ravines. And I used to imagine me accelerating and going over the edge. One of my biggest fears was that I wouldn't die. This is not a sad video, y'all. That I wouldn't die, and maybe I would be like a quadriplegic. So, anyway, I finally took myself to Tri-City emergency room. And I was there nearly the whole day. They wanted to admit me. And just like a lot of people that are going through that, we insist on saying that we're okay. But thank the good Lord, I was. I would never want to do that to my children, ever. So, the whole point of that little gruesome thing was, it was then, I had stopped working, I think, yeah, because I was driving a cab. His poor cab. Anyway, when I went to Tri-City, I didn't have insurance anymore because I had left the nonprofit. And if any of y'all have ever looked at what it costs to have COBRA, the insurance that you can keep up yourself after you leave a job, come on, nobody can afford that. Well, if you're smart and you have savings, you could. But anyway, they put me right on Medi-Cal, right there. The hospital has a, if y'all hear bumping and stuff in the back, it's a little beautiful antique, in terrible shape, 3-drawer dresser that I picked up yesterday at a dumpster. Anyway, they, when I went into the emergency room, they ask you all these questions and everything. They took me right back and put me in a little room. They didn't even want me to be out there with everybody else. But it was then that they sent the sweetest, kindest nurse. And God was behind that. And she helped me fill out the paperwork. And of course I said, no, I don't have any health insurance. She said, we're going to put you in touch with our social worker. And that lady had me signed up for Medi-Cal just like that. It was a lifesaver, y'all. My prescriptions are not cheap. One of them, if you have to pay for it yourself, is $600 a month. No, I didn't make that shake so it would match my shirt. My banana was too green, though. That's not good. Anyway, what was I talking about? Medi-Cal, lifesaver, cost of medication. Yes. Okay. So, I finally got a hold of a real live person at the Medi-Cal office. And, you always write down the date, the time, and the person that you talk to. Now, if anybody in a call center, I'm going to have to readjust that, just hit me in the back. If they do give you a name, it's a fake name. I mean, have you ever called overseas and had an Asian folk tell you her name was Betty? I don't think that's her name. I think it's probably a lot more beautiful than that. But anyway, y'all know I've got so much going on that I cannot string one whole sentence together. Now, I know you say, so what else is new? It's a little bit worse right now. And I can't tell y'all what's going on, but I will. There goes my dresser. I took that thing over and showed it to Jerry, and I just knew he would be all over that, wanting to refinish it, because it's beautiful. I'll show it to y'all sometime. He wasn't. He said, the dumpsters are empty. I can take it down there for you. Oh! I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but oh, wow. Y'all cannot believe the empty parking. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, they're curb parking, of course. Now, when I park in this one, I try to get as close as I can. Then I have to move got a little curb there. And I stay as far back to the back as I can so there's room for other cars. But anyway, he wasn't interested. I may put it in the back of the cottage and scrub it with TLC. Y'all know that takes the lime. It's a scrubber for, soap scum and all that stuff. I'm talking about TSP. Anyway, and then see if I can paint it white. And I hate to do that because, y'all, it is so gorgeous that painting it, that's almost a sin. I was going to see if I could lift up one of the drawers. No, I can't. And right now, I can't afford to be crippled up, but I'm going to sit here and chat for a minute. I miss y'all. I do. I answered some comments this morning. And I'm not going to apologize for being late because I get sick of saying it just like y'all get sick of hearing it. But anyway, what was I talking about? Medi-Cal was the whole dingy, and then I want to talk about Depends. Medi-Cal is actually pretty good. Easy, but there's a lot of paperwork you have to fill out, and they don't want you to have any assets. So I was freaking out a little bit because I know he got his $600 stimulus check. But Jerry assured me that they don't count that as income. But I don't know. I want to double check and see, are they going to count that, as an asset? He said no, and I don't think so, because a lot of us do not have any assets. None. And I think they don't count one vehicle. If you have two, then they do. But if you have one, and mine is a 2003, in my head, 2003, that doesn't sound old at all. But when you consider it's 2021 now, oh yeah, it's old. But anyway, I'm so thankful for it. This little Honda Odyssey, it has been the best little car, except for my Hyundai. 360G, XG 360. I don't know what it was. I missed that car too, just like I do Tank, only for different reasons. Am I never gonna get this out? Anyway, so I hope we're going to get. Oh, Blaine told me when he looked into the account. Now I'm an authorized agent for Terry on his Medi-Cal. And so it was okay for Blaine to give me the information. So when he looked into it, he said, well, I'm sorry, but we denied him on the 9th. Now, I was talking to Blaine on the 11th. He said, your letter just hasn't gotten there. And I just was like about to do a Debrajoy freak out. I said, you mean to tell me that this old man makes too much money? He kind of chuckled, but he tried not to. He was trying to be professional. And he said, no, ma'am, it's not that. He said, there's 3 pieces of information that we need to have. And I said, okay, tell me what it is. I'll get it. The bank statement was one. The other thing, which I thought was very strange, they asked about his 2002 PT Cruiser. But they didn't ask about his latest truck, which his daughter gave to her son to part out to fix his truck. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, I thought that was strange. They did not ask about his one that his daughter just took. So anyway, I told him, I said, Blaine, I said, that's a long time ago for him. I said, if I remember correctly, he gave that to the daughter of a friend of his years ago. And he said, well, just have him write out a statement with the approximate year and have him sign it, and that'll be okay. I said, okay. Now, y'all, I am not up to cheating. Because if anybody got caught, I would. Too bad I don't have the luck of the Trump. But we won't get started on that. So, and the other thing was, they wanted to know when he stopped working and when, if he was getting any pension or what's that other thing you could get? A pension or not annuities, retirement. Well, that's the same as a pension. I don't know. Anyway, I told him the same thing. I said, you know, I'm going to try to figure this out. I'll talk to his daughter and see what I can find out. And then I'll get Terry to do the statements. I'll get the bank statement. And then we'll send those in to y'all. And what it is if I have it right, there's a thing that Medi-Cal has that if you create your documents, I think it's in Word, I hope so, that's what I've done, and then you submit them through this thing called Later Docs .sandiego.gov. So I'll try it. If I can't figure it out, Jerry can. If he ever divorces me, y'all, I'm going to be up the creek without a paddle. And he has not been real happy with me lately. I can't say as I blame him. Oh, my shirt's undone. No wonder I keep feeling a breeze. So anyway, there's that. And today we should get everything we need, get that finished up, and get that sent in. Now, I want to talk about, I guess, a pretty private subject. Y'all know me, nothing is private. Nothing's private. I mean, really. There might be one or two things, but I can't think of them offhand. Y'all know me almost as well as I know myself. Oh, and that being said, I so appreciate y'all's advice and your thoughts and your caring, your love and your support. Every time I think I just can't keep up with my channel, I'm just going to shut it down. Y'all just flood me with love and support. And I do love hearing your opinions, unless you tell me I'm just a DA. But thank you so much. My mobile hotspot is disconnected. I wonder why. My tablet's at home. Okay, we're going to talk about Depends. Now, y'all, if I had to wear Depends, y'all would know it. In fact, I'd probably put one on and show y'all what I look like from behind. And see, does that look normal? Because when you wear Depends, you kind of don't have that little, I don't want to say crack because that's deep, but that little indentation down your booty. So I guess maybe some kind of the women's, which I have not looked for, are made that way, but the men's are not. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, there's a huge difference in Depends, which I did not realize. The Depends you get from hospice are probably the least expensive that you can get. But we have struggled with keeping Mr. Terry dry. And y'all, he doesn't care if I talk about this. Next time we do a little movie, as he calls it, I'll have him tell you. He's like I am. It's like, ask me if you want to. Did you just hear that? I can't do it now that I'm trying to. I got that from Jerry. He does that. We're not close, so he doesn't spit on me. But anyway, there is a huge difference. So, get this. Y'all, I got to make this a whole video on these things. A whole video. There's so much to cover. But anyway, I bet people, if they're looking at me sitting out here in my van, holding up Depends, talking to myself, they won't think leakage is my biggest problem. Y'all, I love you. I'm hoping maybe after the end of the month, things are going to get better. I know I've been saying that. But, no, I don't have fleas, but I just got cold chills for some reason. Anyway, we have to keep being safe. Oh, my doctor's office called me about getting the shot. Hadn't got it yet. I wish I could give mine to somebody else that really needed it. I would like to give mine to a school teacher. They deserve it and they need it. Not only to protect themselves, but to protect each other and their students. Anyway, do as I say and be safe. It's getting better. It's getting better, getting better, getting better. Bye, y'all.